Hey there, guys. Nolen and Jason here with HVAC Webmasters.
Howdy.
All right, we got a 3-part series today. So number 3, how you got hosed by an HVAC SEO huckster. This one's a similar one, but HVAC SEO death sentence, bad tactics at scale. And we went over some of this. We're kind of micro topics here, but the
we're not good at structure.
yeah. So when somebody has a website and they start throwing SEO at it,
Yeah. When they consider SEO separate from the website, that's the thing that blows my mind, is when people think SEO is something you add to a website rather than something that's built into it from the beginning.
and you look at it as a trick.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to fool Google. And so let's get our content going. Let's get our blogs going. Let's get our linking going. Let's get these people going. Just start working. And then instead of having like high skilled stuff done, like custom website design, 100 points of schema well done, proper structuring, proper content written by an American that's edited.
Yeah.
Not violating the Google rules that you're not supposed to have AI content. It's not for that.
Right.
So they said no, and they penalize it regularly. You're not supposed to copy content, shallow content, if it's got 150 words, or if you don't add DataPins captions to it. That's all poor quality. And then you shove in tons of it. And like, let's go for it. We want to show up for AC repair and Dallas TX. So 3 reasons to get your AC system repaired in Dallas TX, and then somebody writes 1,000 words of content about it.
Yeah.
It's just horrible content, poor user experience. Slam some links in from Mumbai, India, or wherever,
Yeah.
and just slap up all this trash and just hammer it with trash. So it gets, your digital branded signaling is very poor. The new algorithm, even before AI, especially now with AI, can tell that it's a poor user experience. They look at it, throw up their hands. You look at it and go, well, shoot, we did it all.
Yeah, look at all this work we did.
Look
This
at
is great. We got all these pages. We got all these links.
Yeah.
Why aren't we number one?
You'll call your web crew and say, more blogs, you know? More content.
And the thing is, you may have done a website 10 years ago and done all these things, and 10 years ago it worked great. But if you've continued to do that same stuff over these 10 years, you've had diminishing returns every year. And now you're probably crashing.
So you still need content, great content from DataPins when people are talking about, 100 different AC repairs and coils and Linux air handlers and Linux M30 Wi-Fi thermostats, and all that stuff is fantastic. But when you have 100 blogs sitting in there, a bunch of trash content, general jargon written stuff, nothing syncs up. There's supposed to be some sort of continuity in it, by the way. They had they would have their city shoved too much, and then it wasn't in the body contents, and breadcrumbs and a title tag slammed into every H1, and then no body content at all.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, because it was easy. That was the places where they could dupe it.
Yeah.
And then the content they slapped up and was some sort of poor quality, I don't know.
Spinning it or whatever they did.
Whatever it was. And so all of that stuff gets slapped up. It should be opposite. It's like care and concern, dotting I's, crossing T's, following the rules, highest and best practices, modern techniques. If your site has over 100 pages and you haven't been getting results, you probably have old school SEO. We were talking about, like, I'm not even going to say post AI. I'm going to say 90 days before AI, algorithmic patterns changed.
Yeah, radically.
Yeah, so roughly the end of 2022, first of 2023.
And like I said, you need good content, quality content, but the key word there is quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
5-10 years ago, quality and quantity were pretty much the same thing to the algorithm.
A little bit, yeah.
But they were already getting better at differentiating the two. And with the advent of AI integration, they've gotten really good at it.
We actually, it's too much information for these guys, but so we thought blogs, we talked about it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And said blogs are like, really,
it's like, why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this content?
It's not helping it. It may actually be hurting. We started to see that
it
trend.
stopped to optimize.
Yeah.
but the clients wanted them. Blogs, more blogs. And we stopped blogging like 3 years ago, maybe.
More than that.
3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And we lost a few clients around the time.
What are you doing now?
Well, we built this fabulous software called DataPins that actually gets real content from a technical perspective about your parts and brands and services and situations that actually coincides with local search, which is half of all search is weird stuff, which you do tons of that in HVAC world.
Yeah.
And if you'll talk about working on the M30 Wi-Fi thermostat, you might show up and search for that. Otherwise, Google doesn't even know you perform that service. But if you can validate it with a GPS coordinate under DataPins and then show the work and talk about it, then you can exponentially increase the amount of keywords you show up for.
Yeah.
It's like,
and there's a good chance you're the only guy in your market talking about it. You may not be the only guy in your market that does it, but you're probably the only one talking
But
about
if you raise your hand and say, hey, we were right here on this map location, here's some photos of the job. By the way, we replaced a Linux air handler and Linux M30 Wi-Fi thermostat, and here's photos, and Google comes spiders it on your AC replacement page and the city you're in. Say it's Beaumont, Texas. How about that? Beaumont, Texas, and somebody down the street has one. They're like, oh, wow, we're looking for help with our Linux air handler or my M30 Wi-Fi. I don't know how to program this thing.
My stuff's not working. It's Linux. Maybe I need those.
Maybe these guys just did this down the street, as opposed to 3 reasons to have your AC checked in the spring in Beaumont, Texas. So you have one article written that's straight up trash, and then somebody else raised their hand that completely coincides with other people, validated the area, validated the work, raised their hand,
validated the brand expertise,
tagged an author on it, like everything, and put it under a relevant category on your page so it could optimize.
Right.
And then showed it to local people, and people argued with us about it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, well, no, I want as much shitty blogs as I can get, but I don't want to.
I want to blog every week.
I want to share with Google what I'm doing regularly that coincides with shirts that could increase my volume by 500% because nobody in town does quality digital signaling.
Right.
So, shitty.
We still hear that.
Yeah, we still hear it to this day. I mean, no, it's the average. Like, they don't say that out loud, obviously. Like, hey, please load me piles of shit onto my website and make. But people do kind of basically say, I don't want to spend time on my website. I don't want to spend time. It takes 60 seconds to use a DataPins, but if you don't...
I had a client tell me, or my account rep had a client tell her day before yesterday, we don't have time to do DataPins.
Nolan Walker here for DataPins. You may not know, but I own a software company, and we have a proprietary software called DataPins, DATAPINS. You can search it at datapins.com. This is not white labeled. I actually own this piece of software, and I made it for you. It was made for contractors. You can actually take pictures of jobs, up to 6, make a caption about the material, the brand, the situation, the repairs, and post that back to your individual pages on your website, just like that. It's super simple. Anyone could use it. It also texts and emails your clients direct links to your reviews, so it helps reputation and reviews, which helps conversion and map placement. The geo coordinate gets grabbed by DataPins, and Google can tell where you are. So instead of them just seeing reviews, they see all jobs or even estimates that you do. This vastly outperforms just getting reviews. Helps the map show up, helps organic keywords, and remember those captions that you're putting in there help expand the keywords per page, and it's great regular content. I love it. We made it just for you. It is organic optimization on steroids for both your website, your rankings, and the map placement. Check out DataPins. I think you'll be happy you did.
Yeah, you said you talked to somebody recently that was paying $30,000
$30,000
in PPC charges, which is insane.
They paid, and you know, organic's going to cost you $1,000 or $2,000 or something like that. You know, it's going to cost
for better clicks and maybe even more clicks.
Well, it's not maybe more. It's triple the clicks.
We get a lot for $30,000. So,
but you can still only garner, 30% of the market.
Yeah.
If you theoretically, you get a 250% increase. I don't even know the number on that's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So a client in a market paying $30,000 because they screwed up all the stuff we're talking about. Even post AI, after AI, same stuff.
Yeah.
Just AI included. So they screw it all up, and then they pay $30,000 a month for 30% of clicks, because majority of people still click on organic.
Yeah, what he's referencing is 70% of all clicks go to an organic, unpaid item on the search page.
70%. MAP, reputation reviews, organic keyword rankings. So somebody paying $30,000. So it'd be...
Which means they left $70,000 worth of, if you're looking at it that way, there's $70,000 worth of clicks that they could have had for only $1,000.
It's 20 times more than what we would have charged them for that for only 30%. So 20 times, I'll do the math on it real quick. So 100 divided by 30, 3.33. Is that doesn't sound right, 36. Yeah, it is. All right, times 20. So they'd have a times 100. I'll put it into, they'd have a 6,670% increase or betterment of SEO for the numbers.
Right.
So what that means is people pay all that money for that portion of paid, and that was just their Google Ads account, and then they completely ignore. Their website had trash content, no content, keyword stuffed pages, just all this stuff on it. Shitty blogs, never worked on properly. They had 55 Google reviews. They did way more business than that, and because they didn't get reviews either. And they would literally have like almost a 7,000 increase % on ROI.
Yeah,
that's what drives me crazy about it. But people don't realize the difference in it. And there's only a few people. We'll leave with this old one we talk about. People aren't up there because they're big. They're big because they're up there.
Right.
Yeah. So all you guys looking at people and go, I don't know how so-and-so got up there. Very few of them were left over from like the 90s and had 100 trucks on the road.
Yeah.
Some of them.
And by the way, we've seen people who had that at one time, who failed to do what we're talking about, who went down to 2 or 3 trucks, whose business just shrank over a decade.
There's a local guy, I won't mention his name, in HVAC, that came in our office one time. He was spammed out everywhere, had stuff all over, would not do the website properly, and they don't show up anywhere to this day.
Yeah,
I never talked to you about him. I think about him every once in a while.
I was thinking of somebody.
I see the trucks go up and down the road still from time to time.
Yeah,
but they don't optimize, so they pay for all their clicks and all that stuff and everything.
Probably spending a ton.
They're still huge. They've been around forever, but they're not being beat by people that like we're talking about. Is the point?
Yeah.
And when we talk about, you can show up for this stuff. You can literally fight and get up there and beat these guys. And most of the guys up there aren't doing this stuff. And Google wants the best website to show somebody.
And you can spot them if you do a search in your area and you see somebody coming up in the ads, but then you scroll down and they're nowhere in organic.
Yeah.
They're paying a crap ton for that ad spot and they're not doing any organic. And that is an opportunity for you.
Even if they have thousands of reviews already, if you take something like DataPins and exponentially increase the amount of times you're raising your brand's hand around town, and adding that sort of nice level of content and coming up with all the new stuff, it's an accelerator to be able to have things speed up quicker. You can have way less reviews because you're raising your hand and telling them you're getting more credit, and you can pass up some of these people or at least nudge in there with them. So
right.
It goes without saying that you should have this stuff done. Some of these people will get, don't be one of the reasons, I guess, part of the moral of the story as to why you get hosed,
Yeah.
Was it Nick Foley? Was that Tommy Boy, or was that who was the one that
Foley? It wasn't Nick Foley. It was Chris Farley.
Well, Chris Farley, but what was the down by the river, the guy that
I can't remember.
It was Foley, right?
Was it Foley?
I'm pretty
sure. When you said Nick Foley, I thought Mick Foley, the wrestler, and I got all confused.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong on it. But yeah, don't be the guy that's like, you gotta figure out some of this stuff. If you stick your fingers in yours too much, you will get scammed by these hucksters calling you up.
Yeah.
But presumably people listen to us because they're sick of getting scammed.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the reason. People find us after they've been scammed over and over and over again.
It's frustrating.
And we are a needle in the haystack, but you can get help to get up in rankings, and you need professional services to do all the details that we do to help you. And then we help you with a few things. Like, we can't do the pins for you, but we integrate it in super simple, even a desktop version of it.
Yeah.
And we go over all of it. Anyway, guys, love to have your business. Happy to answer questions. Like and subscribe, please. We try to explain this stuff so you can understand all of it. And if you listen to 10 of these, you probably get a pretty good feel for what's supposed to be happening with your web presence. Things have changed a little bit recently, so we'll keep coming up with them. But it's essentially the same fundamental stuff. Nothing radical yet.
Yeah, not yet. We're watching it, believe me.
Better at detecting trash, though. And this is a point in
better,
time.
like you said before, better at detecting trash, but also better at detecting the good stuff.
Right. So somebody wanting to come up, it's a good time, because all these old timers, that's what always catches the old business guy.
Yeah.
One year he gets up and he doesn't care anymore. Wrinkles out of his belly and the zip out of his step, and he ain't doing it. So that guy that has that 170-page site that's dishing up crap and stopped, you can pass that guy if you'll give a better user experience, better digital brand signaling. We help you with all of it. So call us when you're ready. We look forward to it.
Like and subscribe. See ya.